Hello. I just realized I didn't have my mic on. It's always something, I swear. So I was talking away and there was no sound. Okay. So what I was saying was that I think I have I've made a big discovery on the lighting. So I think our lighting should be much better. And no, it was not you. It's always going to be me, guys. Always. Oh my gosh. Every time you come, there will be a new experience. I'll guarantee that. But we did make I made a big discovery on the lighting, so I think the lighting is much better. Um, I think I figured out the draw thing. I adjusted my slides. I think this is going to be a good one. Oh, you guys are so funny. Yeah, it does. The lighting looks so much better. But you know what? Everyone keeps telling me it looks so good. And I'm like, but it doesn't look good. But I think I figured out a big thing. So, man, this has been a learning curve, I'll tell you. And I want it to be perfect. So it's a struggle, but I'm getting there. I'm getting there. I'm too old to learn all this stuff. Oh my gosh. The stress level is just so high. But anyways, it's all good. Okay, so we are going to do two giveaways today. We are going to do our live giveaway, and that will take place at the end of our video. And you will have to type in something special into the comments, and you will be entered into the draw. And this time it should pop up on the screen because I figured that out. And then we are also going to do our other type of draw where if you go shopping from products that you see or that we talk about in the live, and you leave a comment on your order that says live stream, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, I love your lives, any live kind of conversation, then you will be entered into a draw to win one of these three prizes. So, yeah, it's fun. So the prizes that you can win today by placing an order it's a stamp set and a pack of the Gina K layering weight white cardstock. So the first prize winner is going to get this stamp set here from the Crafters Workshop. It's got the two large scripty stamps, and then you've got a bit of greenery on separate stamps there. So that is prize pack number one. I'm just going to set these over here so I can review them again at the end. Prize pack number two is from Spellbinders, and it is one of their Stamp of the Month products, which is exclusive to them. So you have to order directly from them. Now, this one dates back to April 2022, but it's still a very cool one. It's a birthday themed one. And you also get another layering white cardstock pack with that as well. So that's prize pack number two. And then prize pack number three is also from Spellbinders again. And this one is called Simple Sentiments. So just lots of really cool sentiments that you can use on your cards, including retirement. I love that. So proud of you. That would be great for a lot of different things. Big hugs, happy birthday, miss you, hello. So some really great stamp sets to be won. And they all come with the pack of Gina K layering white cardstock. So those are the prize packs for placing an order. And then there will be another draw done live by commenting, which we will give you the information for towards the end of the video. Okay, are we all on board? Okay, it looks like we're good to go. Oops, I forgot one thing. Well, there's always something. My iPad is missing off my desk. Huh. Well, I'm going to try and just watch the comments on my laptop to the right of me. So I think we should be good. Okay, so we're going to start with some paper collections from 49 and Market. So we received the shipment of the Little Celebrations and Little Dreamers collections. So they are two separate collections, but they do coordinate together. And there's a couple of embellishments that go together as well. That works for both packages. So this is the Little Dreamers collection. Now we do have open stock papers. So the top paper here is, well, let's talk about the collection pack first. So here's the collection pack. It includes the papers from the collection, plus on the inside cover, there is an exclusive paper that is only available in the collection pack. But we have opened up some collection packs, and that way you are able to buy individual sheets, plus you can buy the paper that is exclusive on the inside cover. So if you don't want everything, we do have an option for you to pick and choose what you'd like. But this is the full collection. So one click and you get the whole thing. So again, this is Little Dreamers. So it is kind of a baby themed collection. And then here is the open stock papers. So this is that cover sheet. But if you flip it over, this is the exclusive paper that is only available in the collection, except for with us, you can buy it as a separate sheet. Okay, so that is the single-sided paper that is basically the inside cover. Then we have all of the open stock paper. And I'll just flip through this with you here. And they're just gorgeous. Beautiful, beautiful designs. Look at this one. Isn't this adorable? I love it. They're like little blocks of wood with different designs on them. So you could cut this apart if you wanted to and use sections of it, do some strips, all kinds of fun things. And you do have, we do have some of the cover sheets available. Okay, good. Perfect. There's that stripe. And so again, this one is from the Little Dreamers collection, but you do see those balloons there, which would be really great for showers and all kinds of things. But again, this could be used with the Little Celebrations collection to do birthday pages. And then you've got the hot air balloons and rainbows. And look at that sweet little fox sleeping up there. And there's another one down here and one over here. And again, some more balloons in there. They're subtle, but they're there. And then this one's so sweet too. Look at the little critters. We've got the raccoon and the elephant. You've got a little squirrel over here, a little bird. Very gender neutral. And I love the reverse side of the papers as well. They've done a lot of that collaging. Little chevron on the back of that one. And then you've got your baby blocks at the bottom here. And another chevron in a different color palette. So that is all of the open stock paper in the collection. And then you have the collection pack. There is also a 6x8 paper pack. So you can get the 6x8 size papers. So the prints will be scaled down a little bit on this, this paper size. And then there are a couple of the laser cuts and the rub-on transfers. So a couple of larger elements that you can get. And so inside here, all of these elements pop right out of the background there, and there's no white outline on the laser cuts, and they're very, very intricate. So lots and lots of detail on those. And I think you get 4 sheets, so 102 pieces in that. And this is the rub-ons, and look how sweet those are. Beautiful designs. Just amazing. Look at those babies' feet. Like, look how realistic they look. And they have little hearts in the heel. So lots of detail goes into these. They're really, really beautiful. And then we have the chipboard words. So this pack is just filled with lots of different word strips and scripty words, typed out words. And then you also have some numbers in there too for all the months, like 1 month, 2 months. So if you're documenting their first year or something like that, you could even use them for a pregnancy spreads as well. They would work well for that. So that is an awesome option too. And then, okay, these are for both collections. So I'll show you those when I show you the Little Celebrations. So we're going to move over now to the Little Celebrations part. Just going to swap piles here. And same idea. We have the collection pack available. Whoops, sorry, hit my mic. Gosh, I'm going to be moving my microphone, so that won't happen. This is the Little Celebrations collection pack. So all of the papers in the collection, plus that bonus sheet on the front. And then we do have open stock for that as well. And we do have some of the bonus sheets available. So that is what the back side of that print looks like. And then this is the open stock paper for the Little Celebrations line. So you can see that the color palette is very similar. So these papers can definitely be mixed and matched between the two collections. And they're just so beautiful. I love what they've done with it. So there's that awesome planked wood on the back of this one. And again, you can see the balloons. And there is a whole bunch of balloons and banners on the back of that one. More balloons here. Nice polka dot. Just a nice subtle background that incorporates, you know, the patterns that you'll see throughout the collections and the color families all just mix and match so nicely together. Okay, and just getting to the end of these here. So that is the celebrations, little celebrations papers. And then we also have the 6x8 paper pad for that. So you can get those scaled down prints available in that pad, as well as the little celebrations laser cuts. So lots of detail in those. And then there's also the chipboard words. So same concept as the baby line, but for the celebrations line. And then these two embellishments, they go for both collections. So we have the die cut elements. So that's the ones with the frames and the files and the tabs and all those tickets and fun things. And then also the enamel coated stickers or epoxy coated stickers. So like kind of like their enamel dots. So those go for both collections. Okay. So little celebrations and little dreamers. And then there is also an album that goes along with this collection as well. So it's a 2-ring binder. It holds the 6x8 pages. The outside cover measures 9 inches by 9 inches, and there's a 3.5-inch D-ring spine on that. So nice and bulky, so you can add lots of different things to it. So that is from 49 and Market. Colleen says she's still trying to figure out YouTube. You and me both, girl. Oh my gosh, if it's not one thing, it's another. So I do have a slide to share with you for, just add this to the stage here. And I'm going to show you. So there is a layout idea using the collection, just to give you some inspiration. And then we've got another one there. How cute is that? Oh my gosh. And then we have one more where we're just showing more of a celebration type of layout. So really, really cool options for that paper collection for sure. Okay. Oh, your YouTube says it's offline. Well, something's wrong with your YouTube. I'm glad I'm not the only one, guys. I'm glad I'm not the only one. Okay, so now we're going to move on to Pink Fresh. And Christina, who I just saw commented, has done some wonderful inspiration for us. This collection just arrived, but we jumped on it right away and started creating samples. So the first thing we're going to show you is the Timeless Tulips. And this is bundled with the stamp, the die, and the stencil. So that is one option for you. So you can stamp your images and color them with any coloring medium you want. You can die cut them out. And then we've also bundled the stencils with it, because if you want to do your coloring with the stencils, it is a great option. So that is one option. And then the second option includes the Better Press plate. So stamp, die, stencil, and Better Press. So you can use the stamp set to stamp with your ink, or you can use the Better Press to stamp with your ink. But you can also use the Better Press to foil your designs, which really makes these designs elevated a lot. So I have a couple of samples here to share with you that Christina created. So the top one, the stamp background has been done with the stamp set and ink. And I'm trying to get the light now to catch the foiling on the yellow tulips, because she used the Better Press plate to foil the design and then the stencils to color it in. So really, really beautiful once you color it up and stamp it out. And then this is a smaller version of the card, and it is stamped and colored with the stencils. And I'm just going to point out too. So see the greeting, it says just a little thank you. So this is what that looks like when you stamp and die cut it out. So see how it die cuts in between the words and follows the script lines in order to cut it out. It's really, 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 really nice. So you get two different sentiments with this. So just a little thank you and with you through every season. Now, I also snagged one of the add to stage, one of the samples from their website, just showing you another way that you can kind of use those tulips in a different color pattern. So they've got the design coming off the side of the page. And in behind that, they have another stamp and die bundle that we're going to be showcasing as well. So lots of options for this. And then they have one more. So you can kind of see different ways to use those designs. Okay, so that is Timeless Tulips. Then we have the Garden Medley bundle. So this is a stamp, background stamp, a die, and a stencil is all bundled together. And then we have the press plate separate. You could use the press plate completely on its own. So we decided to sell that as a separate option. And that one slide that I showed you, I'll just back up here. Let's add this back in. And I'm going to back up to this design. So you can see in behind the tulips there, that muted stamped flower design that's all cut out. That is this, this set here. So that is this stamped and then cut out with the die. And then they've just used it sort of as a backdrop for the card. So it's a really cool set. Now, Christina did some lovely samples. This one here, this one's very cool. And I don't know if the light will catch it. I'm going to try. Oh, yes, it does. You see that foiling? So with what Christina did with this is she used the Better Press plate and she foiled the design using a rainbow foil. And then she used the stencil and she rainbow ink blended across the design, following the colors in the foil. And then she cut it out with the die and layered it over top of a rainbow foiled panel. So isn't that amazing? I just love that. So it's a really beautiful set that looks very lacy when you cut it out. But you can stamp the full panel and use it as a background. You can color it up with any coloring mediums you have, and then you can also use the stencils. So really, really cool options. And on this one here, what she did was she stamped and then used the stencil to color, and then she cut out the middle of it, so kind of made a frame. And then the middle section she put over here and used it on this card. So you can mix and match all of those fun things to create even multiple cards with the same panel. So I do have, of course I have, I'm just going to go forward in my slides here. We looked at those. So there's another option using that stamped. So this one was embossed and a little bit of inking and then die cutting it out. And it's a very elegant, soft look. I just love that card. And a really easy panel to put your greetings on too. You don't have to do a whole lot of anything, but yes, very, very cool option. I love that card. So I really wanted to share that one as well. So Christina did a great job with her cards, but we can't make them all. So I love the option of being able to show you some slides and share more inspiration. Okay, so this one might be my favorite from the release, and it is called Guiding Light. So this one is got a nautical theme to it, and it is of this gorgeous lighthouse. So you can buy it as a stamp, die, and stencil bundle, or you can buy it as a stamp, die, stencil, and Better Press plate bundle. So it comes with the lighthouse, and it also comes with a bunch of greetings. And then, of course, Christina made some fabulous samples that we're going to share. So here is one. Now, this one is actually Better Press stamped on the, let me see the color. It is stamped on the, it doesn't tell me. Christina, if you are there, tell me the color of the paper that you use, the cotton paper. It's the gray one, and I can't remember what it's called, but I'm going to hold that up close so you can see that over here the paper looks gray. That is not inked. That's the actual color of the paper, and then she's done some ink blending with the stencils and stuff on the side. So it looks amazing. I just love it. And I don't think the camera picks up the detail, but this is actually debossed into the paper. So it's actually like indented in. And then she made a beautiful sort of sunset background. I'm trying to read. Oh, Pebble. That's it. I didn't write it. It's the gray cotton paper. Yeah, it's Pebble. That's right. It's called Pebble. So don't always think that you have to stamp on white, because sometimes other colors work well too. And the stenciling does this cloud background and the mountains and the sand and the water and all that. So the stenciling looks after all of that great stuff. So it does that scene in behind, which is really cool. Okay, and then here is another one with featuring that lighthouse and the house on that beautiful scene background. So really bright and colorful. And then the third one, that's what I envision Newfoundland looking like. Well, I mean, not envision, I was there. It really does look like that. There's lots of lighthouses. And this one here has the foiling option on it too. So just kind of turn that a bit so you can see that foiled design. So pretty fun. And then I did snag a slide, just one more option for the lighthouse. So not so bright and colorful, just a more like really traditional looking scene with the lighthouse and then the water in the background. So super fun. Imagine the one lights. Oh yes, 100%. So Pear Blossom Press sells the one light options that you can put on your cards. And so you could actually have your lighthouse light up, which would be super cool. So lots of great options. And I think for masculine cards, this particular set is a great option as well. And then we have this set here. This is called Summer Fun. And this is a pretty unique little set. So you get the die set to cut out all of these summer icons after you stencil them with the stencil. But see this die in the background? It kind of looks like a bar. What that does is it actually puts stitching holes down your paper so that you can stitch back and forth and create some pretty cool stuff with that. So you can see the sample on the back here, how they've got it stitched across. Well, our resident scrapper, Christina, actually pulled out her stitching and she threaded all of those holes and made a stitched background. And then all the little icons, when you die cut them out, have a little hole in them and you can hang them from the stitching. But the options are endless with this this set. You can do so many great things with it, but I love that one. And then she also made a shaker card too. And inside she put the little elements in there from the stencil and the dies to use for fillers on her shaker card. And then I also could not resist sharing this one. I saw it on their website and thought, you know what? I'm going to make sure they see this, but it's got a postage option. And they've stenciled and die cut up those little icons and created a spot for each of them to sit on the card, which I also think is a pretty cool idea. And I'm really drawn to anything that has that postage look to it. So that is a fun set as well. So that one is called Summer Fun. And then the last one is the Petal Perfection. And this one is just a die and stencil combo. So no press plates, no stamp set. So just that, but it's definitely not understated. So how beautiful is this card? And I don't know if the camera will pick it up, but there's gold splattering done in the background there, which is just gorgeous. And something a little more bright and cheerful with a beautiful embossing folder in the background. I don't know if she lists what that is. The 3D embossing folder, she's not really sure what it's called, but she did give me the product number, so we could look that up. And this time she did the flowers in pink. So you can pick and choose however you want to do those flowers. And then, of course, we've got some extra inspiration here. Here's another design using those Petal Perfection dies and stencil. And then I really love the next one. Isn't that adorable? I love how they've used either a stencil or patterned paper to go around the bottom of that frame that they created. There's a little bit of embossing in the background, and then the tulips just pop, or whatever kind of flower those are. I love them. Oh yeah, anything with a die stencil or a stamp stencil combo, I just love. But amazing inspiration. And that's not even all the inspiration that's out there. There's tons available for these releases. So you can definitely do some searching and find some pretty great options. So that's it for Pink Fresh. And then we do have a straggler that has arrived from the Vicky Bouton Cut and Paste collection. So if you are collecting things from this collection, you can grab this while it lasts. We can't get any more. When it's gone, it's gone. But this is the stickers that go with it. There's 104 different stickers, so you get 2 sides and lots of options. And they are foil accented as well. So that has arrived. And then these 2 products have arrived from the Decofoil family. And these are toner swatch cards. So you might be asking, well, what's a toner swatch card? So they are cards that have a rectangle or squares of toner right on them. And what you can do is you can swatch out your foils. So I just snagged a couple of slides from their website. So you can see here that they've actually made a little swatch card to know what their foils look like. It would be especially helpful if you had like patterned foils to just kind of see what they look like when they are foiled out. And here's another idea just showing some of the solids. So it just gives you an idea of what they look like and what they can do. But some people like to swatch out all their things. And now you have options for your foils as well. So we did get those in. And then we're going to take a look at some cardstock packs. So I will say that cardstock packs are becoming very, very popular. People love to have an assortment of cardstock available to them so that they can pick and choose the colors that they like. You only get, this is the 12 by 12 pack from Spellbinders. It's their new color wheel cardstock. So all 48 colors are in here and you get 1 sheet of each color. Now, if you are a scrapbooker, 1 sheet's not going to last you very long. But what it is nice for is that you can kind of make your own little swatch card or make notes of the colors that you like, and then you can purchase those individually. Now, we do not sell the 12 by 12 cardstock individually. We can order in packs of it. So if you really love the red in this, or you really love the teal or whatever, we can special order larger packs for you so that you would have that on hand and be able to use it often. But the variety packs are very popular and people are loving them. And then we also ordered the 12 by 12 packs in the warm assortment. So this one has 20 sheets. It does list the colors that are included in these packages on the front cover. So I can't really stand this up. I don't know if it'll really show, but yeah, that's going to be blurry. But you can see that you get a variety of different colors. So these aren't the full collection, but it does give you an assortment. So 20 sheets, that's the warm assortment. Then we have the rainbow hues. That's the one I would pick. The rainbow hues, again, 20 sheets of different colors in the rainbow family. And then this one is the cool assortment pack. So if you don't want the full 48, there are options to get the smaller packs. And between these 3 packages, the smaller ones, you would get 60 colors. So some of them will be repeated through these packages. So you would get multiples, but it is an option to get more cardstock as well. So those are all the 12 by 12 options. And then we also have 8.5 by 11 options. So we do have the assortment pack in, I think. I don't have that one here. But then we also got the rainbow hues, the warm assortment, and the cool assortment in the 8.5 by 11 packs as well. So you can pick and choose which assortment packs you would like, but they fly off the shelves. We can barely keep them in stock. We also received a reorder on our glass board. So you're looking at my glass board right now. This is the largest one. I think it's 18 by 24. And this is magnetic. And you can see that it's all gridded up with different measurements and zero centering options. And all of these little marks right in here are for different card sizes. So lots and lots of options. I love working on the glass. It makes for easy cleanup. It's wonderful for inking. It comes with a lot of different magnetic products that we sell, which I'll talk about in a minute. It's also, what am I trying to say? It's also great for the grip mats and all kinds of things. So if you don't have the glass boards and have been looking at them, we have done a big restock. We also have, just grabbing the smaller size here, we have the sort of travel size version. Doesn't have to necessarily just be for travel. Some people don't work on a glass surface all the time, so they just want to pull it out when they're working on certain projects. So this is the 9x12. And then we also have the 6x9, which I did use in my video yesterday, which is a really nice one just to have as a palette sitting next to you. So maybe you don't want to have a full glass surface all the time, but you do want a glass surface to work on for mixing inks and different things like that. So this is a great option too. And it is also magnetic. So it works with all of the magnetic products and fun things that go along with the glass boards. And then speaking of those, we did restock our Megapon magnet and our, I always forget, is it Pon, Mini Pon? You will see me using these a lot in the videos that I do to hold things in place, but also when I'm gluing things together, I like to stick a magnet on top to add some pressure, and that will hold things in place while the glue tacks up. So I use them a lot. So different sizes. They are sold individually, so you can buy 1 or 10 or however many you need. And then we have also added the 6-inch ruler. Now mine is a different color. The one that we have matches the blue magnets that we have in stock, but it is exactly the same. So 6-inch ruler, and it is magnetic, so it sticks to your board. Again, a larger, longer magnetic surface, great for holding things down. If you want to use it for measuring or a straight edge, you can also do that and it won't move. So it's a really wonderful option for that. So all of those magnetic products have been restocked. We are expecting a restock on this one here. It has not arrived yet, I don't think, but this is the, I forget, some kind of buddy. What's it called? Some kind of buddy. I use it to hold little things like gems and crystals and that kind of thing, because it does have a little spout that you can pour out of. But I also like to use it for my full-size ink pads. They fit in perfectly, and that will hold them still while I am working on things, and I don't have to chase them around my my glass mat. We also carry ink stands. We just have a big reorder. I just touched base with Brianna yesterday, and it is shipping out. We're hoping, fingers crossed, that it's going to make it to our US address by next week, so it comes across the border with that shipment. But if not, it will come the following one. But we've got a big inkstand reorder coming too. So lots of great magnetic options for these glass boards. And as far as I'm concerned, they're just a game changer in your craft room. So tons of options. Okay. Glassboard Buddy, thank you. I always forget the names of everything. Okay, and then the other thing that we added from the Glassboard Studio, oh, I've got these linked together. Hold, please. I was playing with them yesterday, and I stuck them together. Okay, there we go. So we have brought in the Hexaflex system for organizing. This is one of Jennifer McGuire's top products in 2024. She always does like a thing at the end of the year of her favorite products. It was very near the top of her list, and it is so fun. So this is all 3D printed, and it is modular. So you can move these little pieces around and connect them in different ways, whatever configurations you want. Of course, it's going to be stubborn with me. I practiced yesterday. I swear I did, but I'm not able to sort of get my head over top of it here. There we go. So you can move these around and configure them any way that you want. So if you want them kind of in a cluster, you can. If you want them in a long line, you can. These front pieces here, they have little dividers in them, so you can section them off for little things, or you can put them in for dividing your pens and paintbrushes and all kinds of stuff. So we did get them in the sky blue that matches all of our magnets, and then we also brought them in navy because these go together so nicely. So there are two different color combinations that you can get, and very reasonably priced. And again, it's a modular system that you can keep adding on to if you want to. But so fun. So that has been added to our inventory as well. So we are excited to be carrying that. Okay, next up, we're going to talk about some more inspiration. Which ones? I have to coordinate with my slides here. Hold on. Which one did I do first? Bundle of Joy. Okay, perfect. So Amanda has been doing some creating as well. And she has been using the new Bundle of Joy stamp and die set from Tailored Expressions. Now, I'm not sure what inventory looks like at this point. I didn't check before the video, but we will be reordering. So in your notebooks, make sure you make a note or email the store so that we can notify you when this is back in stock. So maybe Shelby can just let us know in the comments what our inventory situation is like. I know it was getting low when I received the samples, but if I held everything back all the time, my desk would be filled with stuff. So I'm going to just show it, and then we can revisit it again. We have one left. Okay. So it is a solid stamp set, meaning that it's not an outline set, but it's adorable. So you get the onesie, you get the little rocking horse, you get the little baby feet, cute little icons like the little suckies, the duck, clouds, stars, hearts, that kind of thing, baby rattles, the stacked blocks. Of course, there's greetings in it too. And then there's dies for everything. So I'll just show you some of the samples that Amanda made. So here's sample number 1. And it features the onesies. And again, you can stamp these in whatever color you want. So if you want this to be more feminine, you can pick the pinks and the purples and so on. She chose to go with a more masculine theme. But again, you have control over that when you're using your inks. So that is one set. Now in the background on that one, I'm not sure what order my slides are in on here. So we might be out of order, but let's just see. Let's move on. Okay, don't look at that yet. No. Nope. Okay, so this is what I want to get to, is the Cloud Skies piercing plate. So I'll hold that up. You can see that in the background, it's been pierced with that cloud background. Now my picture's teeny tiny, so I will bring it back on screen so you can see up close what I'm talking about. And sometimes adding those little details, like with a piercing plate, it's a subtle accent, but it really kind of ties everything together. So I love the little cloud print in the background. And then the stitched letters, she uses those on all of her cards. I'll just pull that back up and we'll go backwards here. That's the stitched alphabet set right there. And that is how she has personalized her cards. The nice thing about alphabet sets is that you can spell whatever you want. So if you want to use it for baby, you can use it for baby. If you want to use it for the baby's name, you could personalize it that way. So there's lots and lots of options when you have an alphabet set. And this one does give you the stitching option in the middle. It just adds that detail that shows the stitching, which is kind of fun. So that's sample number 1. Here's sample number 2. And again, you can see that cloud background pierced into the card, but then it also has a cloud stencil over top of that. So if you look very closely, I don't know, but yep, you can see that cloud stenciling in the background. Now it's getting blurry, sorry, but you can see those stitched letters. And she's taken all those icons and she's just arranged them over top of a circle and then just cut off the edges. So I thought that was a really cool idea. And again, you can customize the colors to whatever you would like. And then her third one, she used the stamps to create a background. And then she has placed vellum over top of that just to sort of mute it, and added those onesies in and the stitched letters again. So a couple more products that are featured on here are there's those letters, this thin frame cutting plate. So that's what creates these little thin frames that she often uses on her cards. And it just sort of makes a focal point for different designs. It's a great option. And then the other card that I pulled off of Tailored's website was this one, where it just shows a different color combination, just uses those onesies to create a background. And again, they've used a piercing plate on this sample too. So again, it adds that stitching detail over top of the design. I'm not sure which one that is, but if you've not tried those piercing plates before, they're a lot of fun to work with. So again, just to review, there's that cutting plate that does the thin frames, the alphabets that she used for her sentiments, and the cloud piercing plate for her background. So just to show all the cards at once. So she's done baby, oh boy, and congrats, and was able to personalize all her cards with that alphabet set. So great options for baby cards for sure. And that is something that I lack in my stash. I don't think to myself, oh, I think I'll sit down and make some baby cards. But it's definitely something that is nice to have on hand when you need one. Okay, and next up, we have a couple of new products that we're going to feature. This one is the Fresh Cut Flowers die set from Tailored Expressions. So just a really nice set that includes lots of blooms and greenery to cut out lots of different flower types, and then you can arrange them however you want. And then the new Farmhouse Wheelbarrow. I love this option. This is not a seasonal die. You can use this all year round. I'm already thinking that I want to do a live and show it with a fall theme, like pumpkins and all that kind of fun stuff. So we do have a few card samples here. This is a card using just the florals. So you can see how you can cut them out of different colors of cardstock or ink up the blooms to whatever color combination you want. She's added a sentiment on there, and that's from their Mega Messages collection. This is something new from Tailored, which is kind of fun. Whoops, I went right by that. This is the thanks one. So you get the thanks word and you get the shadow. And so you can mix and match how you want to use that. In this case, she used the thanks word, and then the shadow is done in vellum. So that is kind of cool. So she get rid of the slide so you can actually see that. Hold that up again. So you can see that the vellum is in the background there. So you can make it nice and bright with rainbow colors. You can pick fall colors. You can do Christmas colors. You can do whatever theme you want to do with the florals. And you can mix and match them in lots of different configurations. So it's very versatile to have a nice floral set. And here is one featuring the wheelbarrow, which I absolutely love. Again, more muted colors, not so rainbow looking. It is using one of those thin frames again. And then in the background is the burlap embossing folder. So that is kind of fun. So I'll just pop up a couple of slides here just to show you what we're talking about. Oh, that's just a sample. So there's that burlap embossing folder. You can use that for anything. It does not have to have a certain theme. Like it can be used at Christmas. It can be used in the fall, the spring, Easter, birthdays. It doesn't matter. And then there's another idea there just showing how you can use the blossoms for something different. So this one is used on one of the insiders, and they've made it an outsider. And that is just on the front of a card and just added some extra blooms for detail. So love how that all comes together. And then finally, she created an actual Christmas card. And she just put Christmas greenery in the wheelbarrow instead, and then changed up her greeting. And then you'll notice the stitching on that panel is the diagonal stitched rectangles, which we talk about often and we've showcased before. This is what they look like. And those dies don't actually cut anything. They just put the impression into your paper. So that gives you the look of a focal point that's not as obvious as one of the thin frames like on this card. But it still really kind of grounds your images and just adds a little bit of extra detail. So love those cards and those two new products from Tailored. Thank you, Amanda, for those awesome samples. Okay, so I think my slideshow's done, so that must mean I'm done. I'm going to just stop talking about those things. So I'm going to recap our draw options. And while I'm doing that, I'm going to tell you that we are going to do a draw for the people who have shown up and have watched the video to the end. This is going to be for a $10 gift card. Now, I'm going to explain before we do it. Shelby, are you still there? Because I have not figured out the timer thing on the screen yet. So we're going to give you 1 minute to comment. But if you do not comment correctly, it will not count. Okay, so if you misspell something or something like that, perfect, Shelby's there. So when I tell you, Shelby, you can maybe set it on your phone. So you have to be accurate. And you have a minute, so you don't have to rush. Plus, it doesn't matter how many times you comment, it'll only record you once. So you only have to type the phrase one time, and it will tally your vote. And I haven't figured out now how to show you the winner on our screen. I know what I did wrong. I was very confused the last time I did it. I was like, well, we practiced and it worked and I don't understand. But I'm the dummy. So I figured it out, though. I won't be a dummy this time. At least I don't think I will be. But I'm going to recap the prizes that you can win if you shop with us. And that requires a comment on your order that says live stream, Facebook Live, YouTube Live, I love your lives, whatever it is you want to say. If those comments are not in your order, then you won't qualify. Prize number 1 is going to be this stamp set here, along with the cardstock pack from Gina K. Prize number 2 is this stamp set here, along with the cardstock from Gina K. And then prize pack number 3 is this set here from Spellbinders, along with the cardstock pack from Gina K. So those are shopping prizes. So you must shop between now and the end of today. You must put the comments in the comments section and you will be entered, and we will do a random draw and I'll post the winner tomorrow. But now I'm going to put up our banner that tells you what you have to do to win the prize. So Shelby, you can start the timer. Now you got a minute, ladies, don't panic. In the comments, you must type #StampIt, okay? #StampIt. And then we're going to give you a minute and then we're going to do our draw. So you can go ahead and type away. Whoops, where's my comments? There we go. So you're just going to type #StampIt, and my little counter is going to count the people who enter it. So again, you have a minute. You don't have to panic. Make sure you're spelling it right, and you only have to enter it one time. Now, I will tell you, now that you've started doing this, your name is going to pop up on the screen. So if you don't want to have that happen, then don't put anything in. But yeah, we're just going to run this for a minute. And we're going to be doing this quite often when we do our lives, because we have all this new technology now. So we can do all these fun things. And now you're looking at nothing because I didn't put anything on my glass mat here. I'll put the prizes here. There, that looks better. Okay, so we're just still tallying the votes. So we have 65 people watching and only 38 entries so far. So if you are watching, don't forget to stamp your #StampIt onto the into the comment section, because it will tally up your votes. Doesn't matter if you're on Facebook or YouTube, it's going to tally both. Okay, time is up. So now we're going to do the draw. Now let's see if I can figure this out. Okay, we're going to add this to the stage. So there is our #StampIt. And I am going to go ahead and hit the word draw. And then we are going to see it do the scramble, and it's going to pick a winner. This is what it was supposed to do the other day. How fun is that? It's going to pick a winner. And Deborah Ann is our winner. So Deborah Ann, I want you to email the store to scrapbookfriends@gmail.com. I know you know that email address. And just let us know that you are the winner, and then we will respond to that and send you your $10 gift card. So thank you, everyone, whether you are here live or whether you're watching this on replay. Let's get my screen back here. There we go. Thank you so much for stopping by and watching our live. We really appreciate it. We are still working out the kinks, but I think, don't forget to, oh, yes, exactly, Shelby. So I think that we are finally figuring out all this stuff. I think today was the smoothest run for our live since we have flipped over to YouTube. I think it's going quite well. So we're getting there. But Shelby has put a little reminder up on the screen. Do not forget to leave the word live in your comments when you order to be entered into these prizes. If you're not interested in winning the prizes, then you can leave your comment out. That's totally fine. But I do see people ordering things and they do not comment and they don't get entered into the draw. So make sure you do that. And this video will be available to rewatch on Facebook for 30 days. Then it will expire, but it will live on our YouTube channel, and we will. It will be under the live tab, and then I will also. I think I have another playlist for like what's new kind of stuff. So it will be under there as well, and you can go back and revisit it as often as you like. Okay, I think that's it, and we will call it a wrap for today, and we will be back again soon. Draw is complete for the gift card. Yes, it is done. So you can keep commenting, but it's not going to help you. It's already done. So we only do it right at the end of the live video. You have to be here live. And I will say, I just noticed Loretta has put a comment in on this saying live. That is for if you want to win these prizes, you have to place an order. And in the comments of your order, then you have to put that comment in the comment section. It has to say live. And anybody who is still commenting, #stamp it. We appreciate it, but the draw is already done. Anyways, that's it. I know we're all learning, but it's fun and we love to give stuff away. So, okay, that's it. I'm going to sign off. We'll see you guys again soon.